There is a new structure of the design office in Scuderia Ferrari. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, middle of last year, we changed the way we operate slightly. We've now got two deputy chief designers. One is or has been concentrating on the 2013 car, and the other's obviously been concentrating on the 2014 car. There are quite some big changes coming through, and it's a better way for us to organise ourselves and do a better job of two concurrent car projects.
How much important is the heritage of the F2012 on this year's project?
Yeah, I mean, I think this year's car is more of an evolution than a revolution. It's based on similar concepts, and all the little areas of performance that we can gain, we've been after. So I mean, most of the car has changed subtly, some bits more than others, but it's a development of last year's, really.
The fact that Ferrari fought until the very end for both championships had an impact on the design of the car in terms of performance?
Yeah, I mean, I think all the top teams are going to say it has to have had an impact. I think we were helped to some degree by the changes we made in the way we organised the design office, so that we were in a better position to keep pushing on last year's car and still be in reasonable shape for developing this year's one. The biggest thing, I suppose, is the aerodynamic side of things. We started 2 or 3 months later than would be typical, I suppose, and we've got a lot of catching up to do. You'll see quite a lot of changes between the launch car. We'll have a few different parts for the second test, and then another big upgrade for the third and final test. So there'll be lots of changes coming through.
And the fact that the 2014's car will be so much different from this year's will have an impact as well on the development of this year's car?
I mean, it is quite different. I suppose aerodynamically, the exhaust effect is changed with the turbo and exhaust positions moving. The front wing development's different, and then I suppose the rear wing is the other biggest change. That will mean that a lot of things that we develop this year will not carry over, so it will put a reasonable workload on aero departments, design department as well. I say the design office side of things we've got reasonably under control, I would think, with the changes we made to the structure. That's working very, very well with the engine, or I suppose whatever it's these days, the power unit team. But there's a huge amount to do on both car projects, and we need to start the 2014 early to make sure we're in a good position.
We've seen last year that even with a car which was not the top, we were able to fight thanks to reliability and also team performance at the track. How much attention has been given during winter time to those areas, even in order to find some performance?
I mean, in reality, you have to go after every last little bit of performance. So we've obviously been reviewing, all the look back through the races, what we got right, what we got wrong, the good strategy calls, the bad calls. We need to learn from those. We're obviously, trying to improve our pit stops further. We've made some changes there. Hopefully we'll be able to take another couple of tenths off the pit stop time. I mean, I think on average, we were quite consistent on average, the best last year. But you can't stand still, otherwise you'll be behind. So we need to catch up with the people that were ultimately quicker, but had more scatter in their pit stops. So you have to go after every last little bit of performance these days. Reliability. Touch wood. We were lucky for most of last year. But you sort of make your own luck. It's your attention to detail and every little bit of work's done back here. Again, we just need to work to the same or better standard than we had last year.
Ferrari is undergoing through a big change in the way, especially in the way of working. Where we are and what are the next steps?
I mean, I think in the last sort of year and a half or 2 years, we have changed quite a lot of the way we work. The organisation, the methodologies we use. We're part way through a long process, to be honest. I mean, I'm pleased with the process or the progress that we've made, but for me, it can never be quick enough. So I think we've still got quite a lot to do to improve, and we just need to try and deliver that as quickly as we can.
Looking at the car today, are you happy with it?
I'm never going to be happy until you're in Melbourne and you've got clearly the quickest car. I mean, I think in terms of the launch car, I think we've done a good job on the mechanical installation, the design of it. We've hit all our stiffness targets. We've saved a lot of weight. We can't hide behind the fact that the car in its launch form, aerodynamically, is a long way off where we are in the wind tunnel now. So I think we'll get an idea of what our ultimate performance is come the third test. But I'm not going to be happy until we're clearly quickest.